Here in the work set section, I click new and create a new work set, and then I name it grids. And after I've done that, I go here and I rename this file and I name it levels. And this one is already set as level, and I'm just going to keep that. So all of these are in the work set named levels, and they're being edited by GH_AR. I go to the collaborate section and I hit use current project, and I go over to the options section, and over here our original type is arch level or architecture level. So I changed the new type to STR level, and I put in an offset level of 0.1. And in this part, in the add suffix to level name, I put in underline STR. And after I've done that, I click OK and close it. After I've done that, I click copy and choose multiple files. I choose all of the levels except for the 0.01. But except for that one, I select the rest of them. Now we go to the AutoCAD file and we see that the amount of difference is 10. Just pay close attention to these numbers here. We have the architectural code and the structural code. The difference in this section is 40 centimeters, but it's 10 centimeters in the other parts. But for now, I'll select all of the options except for the 0.01. And then I'll proceed to finish it over here. After that, I go to the monitor section and I finish the procedure. And now, just 10 centimeters below the previous levels, we have new levels, which is very important for us. And that's it. But before we finish the process, we just have to make sure to replace one of these levels, which is -2.5. So I proceed to the AutoCAD file again, and from there back to the Revit file, and then I replace it by -2.5. And then we get an error over here that says the coordination monitor has been moved by 30 centimeters. To get rid of this error, I go to the coordination review section and I hit use current project. And we have our report here that says the level was moved by 30 centimeters. So I open the action section over here and I hit accept difference. And then I hit apply. And there we have it. And then we can see the difference after it's been applied. This part was very important for us. After I've done that, I go to the view section again. I open the plan view section and I go to the structural plan. I choose the options that have STR at the end. And after I've clicked on all of the options, I hit the edit type option. I go to the values section and I put in my preferred type. After you've done that, you can put in any preferred template that you want. In the next part over here, you can choose the up to down or down to up movements. And after I've done all of that, I click OK. And if you look over here, all of the levels have been added in the structural plan section. And here we have the architecture. Close this one here, because for the phase 1 modeling, we need the structural plans and levels. I go back to the view section, to the east, and here I choose 1/5 for the scale. After I've done that, I select all the levels, the STR levels and the floor plans. And again, I put the scale at 1/5 over here. And I choose 1/5 on the elevation part as well. After I finish doing that, I choose the same 1/5 scale for the ceiling plans as well. So when we've done all of that, we see all of our levels are up to scale, and we have them over here. and then I select all of the levels again. I right click on them. I hit maximize 3D extents. And if you want to bring this part down here, like the AutoCAD file that we had before, we go over here and we click on this family named Sheets and we hit search. When we hit next, it finds the family that we need. And then we right click on it and we go to edit. And then I open the visibility graphic window. And then I check the reference planes and hit OK. And then it is shown here. And then we select this one. We go to the mirror section. We uncheck the copy. We hit OK on this window that pops up. And then we select load into project and close. And we don't need to save either. And this is what we have. After I'm done with all of that, we get to the next part. We go to the level head and triangle section and we right click on it. And then I select edit. And just so we can have this one like the last one, we move this one here to the middle. And after I've done that, I select load into project again. Then I select overwrite. And now we have a better view on it. After I've done that, I close this file. And I close this part as well. Then I go to the view section and I right click on it and I select browser organization. I check the discipline box, and after I'm done with that, I rename it to Iran-Beam. After that, I hit OK to save it. Then I go to the modify section. Then I go to the grouping and sorting part. And then I just check if discipline and family are fine, which they are. And then I sort it by associated level. Because now I'm going to rename them and I don't want all of them to get mixed up. I click OK, then apply, and then OK again. And now the sorting is by height, not name. And then I change the discipline to structure. Now I go to the drafting views and I change the discipline to architectural. And then I go to the 3D views and do the same again. Now this is how it all turns out after we've done all of that. A clear and visible view. After that, we have to go to the naming parts. And here we have the underground plan. Let's just go to this part here. We open the Revit file in here. After doing that, I select this level over here because I'm going to rename it to underground plan. And there you go. Then it gives us a message that says, would you like to rename corresponding views? And I click yes. And an error tells us that something's happened here. So what are we going to do here? We go to the coordination review. I hit use current project. And I go over here and I rename this to underground plan. I hit yes. It seems I've made a mistake, so let's just hit Ctrl Z. So I go to the coordination review again, and here I choose the option rename element, and I edit it. I hit OK and then yes, and now we've edited it, just like we wanted to. Let's just put the AutoCAD file here so I can view it easily, and then I'll edit these ones.